Let's see if you can hear me. All right. So things are different today. I'm going to throw on my headphones. So usually I could hear the intro and I wasn't able to hear it. So let's see if I can hear it with these. Okay. So if you are watching and you can see me and hear me, let me know. Today's guest hasn't joined yet. We were talking earlier. So I don't know what happened. I send a different link than they get. So maybe she just didn't get the new link. And that's okay. So if she joins, she joins. If not, you can see I'm by myself. McKenna is not here. Um, she is upstairs actually. So all right. So whoever is watching, can you tell me if you can hear me? Please give me a comment and let me know because it sounds weird to me. So I don't know if you can hear me. If you were watching on Facebook or YouTube, not really sure if you can hear me. I'm trying to look at the comments. It would be helpful if I clicked into comments. Okay. So if you can hear me, let me know. If not, I'm just going to wing it. Okay. Why not? If you are watching and you have watched me, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. McKenna and I do. So welcome to Authentic Points of View. This is not how I start off ever in the world. Uh, let me know if you can hear me, please, because I'm doing a different setup because McKenna's not here. So I'm using my old stuff. Also, like I said, the guest has not joined. Not sure. I know she shared it on her page, so I'm just kind of not sure what's going on with that. But I will let you know what's going on. If she joins, she joins. And if not, then that's okay. So if you don't know me, I am Danielle Boer. This is definitely not the way that I do things, so I apologize. I am authentic though, and that's why my show is called Authentic Points of View. I am very authentic and genuine. So um, here I am live. Usually McKenna is beside me. She is not. She was not really feeling it today. She's really tired. She's doing a lot of activities and all this stuff, and she has another field trip tomorrow. She has to go to and all this stuff. So she's got a lot going on. Um, and it's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to juggle for me too as an adult. So I can only imagine if if I was a kiddo again. So thank you, whoever liked it. I'm assuming you can hear me, or you would tell me if you couldn't hear me. I want you to, this is going to be interactive because I'm literally winging it today, okay? I planned on having a guest who's not here yet. I planned on having McKenna, which I would have been able to talk to her and ask her stuff. She, again, was not feeling it. So, comment if you want to talk about a certain subject, if you want to hear from me. Hey, Daryl, whatever you want. If you want me to talk about something, if you want to ask me something, feel free to do that. And like I said, if the guest does come on, then I can start talking to her. If not, you know me, I can talk. All right. Some of you already know a lot of stuff about me because I am an open book, but otherwise, I will tell you. Let's see. So there's a lot going on. Let's talk about mindset, and we can talk about limiting beliefs, forgiveness, and all that stuff. Really awesome things are happening, and I'm really excited. I have a amazing speaking coach that I've been working with, and he is just like, please look him up. Um, I brag about him a lot because he's such an awesome man. He's so humble. He's been through so much in his life, so much adversity, and he talks about resilience. And he is that. His name is Tyran Jackson. I just really love that guy. He's great. So he's my coach. Um, and mentor, and I'm really excited. So I'm working on getting more, like becoming a professional speaker. And it's like something I've always dreamed of. I've done public speaking before, but not on the level that I'm trying to get to. So really excited for his help and his guidance. Um, so we'll talk about those topics. Why not? If you want to ask questions, please, please, please feel free. I'm not just going to sit here for an hour and twiddle my thumbs. So I'm going to try to make it beneficial for you so you can learn something or hear something, hopefully, that will help you, especially if you're healing from grief or trauma or just general in life. If you, so anybody can hear this information. Now, also, I have on March 26th, it's a Wednesday coming up at 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be doing my 3 steps towards healing. And some of this is in what I'm going to talk about. Okay. So I think it's really important. Everywhere I go, I'm super blessed, and I meet people that talk about people that they lost, and that they're grieving and all this stuff. And so I feel like it's really my calling to help people with that. If you know me, you know I'm a nurse. I love, absolutely love helping people since I was a little child. And that's my, again, passion, calling. That's what I love to do. Um, oh, before we get into stuff, guess what? This is so untraditional episode. So if you're listening to on all the platforms, I love you and I'm sorry. It's going to be kind of a roller coaster. All right. Now, yesterday was wild. I was driving. Okay, so I worked out for the first time on Saturday. If you follow me, you can follow and subscribe to me on Facebook. And you can subscribe on the YouTube as well. Please. Thank you. Authentic Points of View podcast. But on Facebook, it's my name. So we this yesterday morning, I went and worked out, and we were going to go to this sale thing to get stuff for the baby. If you also don't know, I am a grandmother, and I was really excited about it. And I'm driving, and I'm on the phone with my son, who that's his baby, but they're in Maryland, and I saw a fire. So I look over and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like there's a fire. I see a fire. And he's like, what? And he was confused and kind of scared. He's like, be safe. I'm like, okay. So I just want to shout out to these amazing women that stopped and were helping with the fire. So the it was scary. So at first they were just putting water on it. Then I had a little bit of water and brought it over, and we were trying to put the fire out. Okay. And so the wind picked up. So now we tell the one lady to get out. The other lady calls 911, and the fire, they're like, get out of the fire. Don't put it out. And it was like in some brush and all this stuff. So like it kept going and going up. And so now I was like, hey, it's getting close to their fence. We need to warn them. So like the one lady who's in ROTC, oh, she was awesome. She runs over. She's like, they're not answering. And then the one lady's like, go tell another neighbor, go get somebody, go tell somebody. So I ran over to the first house and was like talking on their little thing. Like it's not a ring. It was like a Google thing. And I was like, maybe they can hear me. I don't know. And so anyway, everybody worked together. All of us ladies, the 3 ladies were there first. They did amazing. The one lady had gallons and gallons of water. And so we were all working together. And another lady pulls up and she's like, did you call 911? That's the first thing I asked the other ladies. And so it feels like it took forever, but finally the fire department came and they did a great job, of course, like they always do. We were so blessed and grateful to see them. The one neighbors came out and they said that they heard a bang and then their electricity went off. So then I ran over to the firefighter and was like, hey, this might be an electrical thing. This is what they heard. This is what happened. And so they got the fire out. Everybody worked together and did a great job, but it was scary. It got up to like 8 feet. I don't even know, but it was like so high. And then they were like, move your car, because it was coming towards that way. But anyway, woo! The one lady was like, well, I'm supposed to help the one in ROTC. I was like, I always help too, but I'm used to humans being involved. I do not usually get involved with fires, right? I like to help humans. That's what I do as a nurse. But it was very interesting. It got very scary. We were scared it was gonna like burn down, go into the one yard and all that stuff. They weren't home, and the other neighbors were like, "Well, they're gone. They go to church on Saturday," and so it was such a blessing. It worked out really well. Thank goodness we saw it. It could have been a slow time where nobody was driving by, but thank goodness the first lady saw it. They did amazing. And then the fire department came. They're heroes. They're really, I don't know. They're like walking into it. And honestly, like I could smell it on me the whole rest of the day. And my mom and my daughter were like, I can't smell it. I was like, it's in my nostrils. And I was not even in it like they were. So that was really it was very scary, but thank goodness nobody was harmed. No houses were harmed, nothing was harmed, and everybody did a great job. And I'm thankful for those ladies for stopping and taking the initiative. And we all worked together. You go do this, you go do that. It was like a code situation, but with no humans involved. So anyway, all right, there's that. Now let's talk about I wish somebody well, hello. I wish somebody would like ask me what they want. Anybody want me to talk about anything, or I'll just get into my other stuff. So we will talk about forgiveness, importance of that in healing, perseverance, limiting beliefs, all the things. That's fine with me. I love talking about that. All right. So if you are healing and you're stuck, I was there, right? I was stuck for a very long time. If you know me from that time of my life, uh, I became like a zombie robot. At one point, when my brother first passed away, I was like a zombie robot. So we'll talk about forgiveness first. So, how I got unstuck first was through forgiveness. And I had to forgive myself and forgive others. This podcast now is like mostly helping kids 10 through 16. So, I'm not going to get into the details like I would on my other podcast or like I have before on this one. But when my brother passed away, I kind of shut down. Kinda, I did. And for a little while, and then I just kept skating by. I went through school, and nursing school, and I just wanted to quit. And I kept trying to quit, and thank goodness I was not allowed to. They literally did not let me. But years later, I really like was like, okay, so I started comedy first, and I was turning 40 that year. I'll be 43 this year, so it was 3 years ago. And I started comedy around this time actually. And I went to class, and shout out to Lace Larrabee because she has an awesome program. I love it. But anyway, so I started that first, and then I was like, I started the podcast in June of that year, and so it would have been 2022, and then that built up confidence and helped me. And then I was like, okay, well, I want to become a life coach. And then at that point, I went through forgiveness journey and let go of so many things. So forgiveness is not for the other person unless you're forgiving yourself. Then of course it's for you. If you're forgiving someone else, it is not for them. It is for you. Until I forgave, I was holding on to that guilt, and I was holding on to all of those feelings. You could be angry, you could feel guilty, you could be sad, you could be whatever it is, ashamed, resentment, whatever. Um, and so I was holding on to that. And until I forgave myself, I then realized there's nothing else I could have done differently. And the weight of that literally just came off of my shoulders and I felt so better. And then this is for so much better. Sorry. This is for also like more adults, I'll say. But you can, as a kid, you can forgive as well. But I really was holding on to so many things and didn't even realize. At that point, so this year is 15 years that my brother passed away in July. And so at that point, it would have been around 12 years. And that's a long time, but I didn't realize I wasn't even healed at all. I honestly didn't realize it because I was literally skating through life, like I was a travel nurse at that point, like, everything seemed okay. I started my photography business back up and then I was closing down my studio at that point. But that was my choice. Nobody made me do it. That was my choice. And I was just going through life. And then once I forgave myself, I realized, whoa, I never really healed. I didn't really go through the process of finishing like healing. And so I could not help everybody to the capacity that I can now until I was healed. And that could be in anything, at your job, in relationships, whatever. So forgiving yourself is important. I was a teen mom. Okay. So stuff I did back then, I had to forgive myself for that. I can't hold on to that. And what I like to say is that we cannot change the past, right? We can only learn from things and grow, and then that's what we can change, what we do in the future. I can't go back and say, when I was an 18-year-old mom, I should have did this. Well, I can't. I can't undo it and then do it different. And so I had to forgive myself for some of that stuff. I also had to forgive myself for allowing people, multiple people, unfortunately, friendships or relationships, allowing people to take more of me or more of my energy than they gave me, take more of my effort than they gave. And that's on me too. Like I literally allowed that. I stayed in relationships or friendships or whatever where I really could have cut them out a lot sooner, And looking back, sometimes I'm glad I didn't, right? So if I would have got divorced sooner or never got married, I wouldn't have had McKenna. McKenna is amazing. And I wouldn't have had Carmine in my life for so long, right? If I would have, same thing. If I would have broke up with Tay's dad earlier, I might not have had Tay, and Tay is amazing. And Tay taught me a lot with his diagnosis and everything that we went through as him being a child. So that made me stronger. That made me more persevere. I kept persevering through all that because it was a challenge. And now he's an amazing young man. So I'm so blessed that he's in my life, just like with Sean, with all of the kids. I'm so blessed that they're all in my life. And so, you know, I forgive myself, but I can't change those things. So that's an important thing when you remember about forgiving yourself is that you can't go back in the past. You can't change anything. Learn from what you've done, change it in the future. Don't do the same things over and over again, y'all, because that's another thing. We'll talk about forgiving others as well. But when you forgive yourself, if you're still doing the same things, then whoop, we got to change. That's when you got to like you can't forgive, and you keep doing the same thing. Now, with other people, some people have asked me, well, how do you forgive if the person's still doing the same thing? Now, that's different because when you forgive someone else, that's not for them, that's for you. When you forgive, you control the situation, you gain back control, and it's all for you. It's all for your mental health. It's all for you to be able to move on, right? So unfortunately, if you deal with someone that you had to forgive, then you control the situation. If you don't allow them or their actions or their words or their presence, even you looking at them, if you don't allow them to give you a reaction, you're winning, baby. Winning. As McKenna says, W. That looks like a sad 3. But W, right? That's a W. She kept saying yesterday, I'm a W daughter. I was like, okay, sure. I don't know what that means, but it means a winning daughter or something. I don't know. She is a W daughter. Go McKenna. But the point is that when you forgive other people, that also lifted the weight off my shoulders. And it is hard. So let me say this. If I forgive someone that's still in my life and they keep doing the same things over and over again, that's not on you. You control how you react to it, right? When you forgive and you truly forgive, it is a journey, by the way. It's a journey. So I might do something else I need to forgive myself for, right? We're not perfect. So the other person, say for instance, it's your sibling, okay? And you see your sibling on holidays, all right? So if your sibling always acts up or throws food. I'm just making this a little PG. I could say something worse, but if your sibling is throwing food and acting like a fool, acting like a 2-year-old, and they're a grown up, and it bothered you, I'm telling you right now, when you don't let it bother you, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel good. Everybody around you is going to know it. And that's the only thing we can do is change ourselves. We can't change everybody in the world. And that's what I used to always try to do. I used to try to fix everyone. I wanted to change everyone. I wanted everybody to be happy and have a great life, and I'm going to just fix everyone. No, I can't, right? Until I realized that I cannot do that, I was so anxious and stressed out about stuff. But now when I let that go, release that, that's not my responsibility. It's not my job. Yes, I help people. Believe you me. I just the other day helped this lady push this thing, even though I could have hurt myself with all this stuff. I went and helped her because she was like 76 or 80. She said, I can't remember. And she's pushing her like rover driver thingy. I don't know what it's called. Because it wasn't turning on. And I went and helped her. But then I got blessed from it. But that's not why I did it. But so I went and helped her. So I'm not saying don't help people. I help people all the time. Yesterday I paid for somebody behind me. I'm not bragging about what I'm doing. I'm just saying helping people is amazing. That's in my heart. I will always help people. But you got to set boundaries. You've got to, like, gaining control of it is like setting boundaries and sticking to them. Say, for instance, I'm just going to say sibling again. Why not? Say your sibling always wants to borrow $5, but your sibling now owes you $30 because he borrowed $5 6 times and never paid you back. Guess what? That's on you now because you keep giving it to him. So at what point you got to say, hey, no more. Until you pay me this back, you're not getting any, I'm not loaning you any money, or I'm never loaning you money again. So boundaries can be things that help you in many different ways. Okay. I know I love my mind body coach too. I love Tyran. He's my speaking coach. I got a mind body coach. And I'm a coach. I do trauma and grief. I help people with that. So with her, her name is Monique. She closes her kitchen at a certain time. True story. I love it. We'll be on our meetings. She's like, hey, kitchen closes in an hour and a half. I gotta go. I gotta go cook. And kitchen is closed. That's her boundary. She probably has more, but that's her boundary. Me, say for instance, excuse me, say for instance, I don't want people to call me past 10 p.m. How would they know that if you don't tell them? You got to tell them, right? And so I had to forgive myself for being a people pleaser. And now I'm not a people pleaser. When I feel like I'm starting to fall back into it, I'm like, nope, not going to happen. I can't do that. I can't allow myself to think about everybody but myself. Because guess what happened to my health, y'all? It went downhill. My body was like, listen, you don't want to listen. You don't want to take care of yourself. I'm going to force you. So that's what I did. So forgiveness is important. It helps you gain back control. It helps you see things differently. So what I want you to do is write down everything. Just dump. Just dump. Tonight, today, right now, whatever you want to do, just start dumping everything. Dump things that make you upset. Dump things that trigger you. Dump all those things out. Just write them out. When I go past, I don't even know. I don't want to say a name. I know someone. They're going to think I'm talking about them. Do I know any barbers? No. Okay. Say when I go past, Banana. That's the person's name right now. Banana. When I'm going past Banana, they make me feel a certain way. Well, one, why? You got to get to the root cause, but just start writing it down. I go past Banana, I feel, ugh, I don't know, feel gross. I don't know. Why? So then you'll start thinking, okay, has that happened before? When it happened before, what happened, right? And so now you can kind of get it together. Think about, like, what are the reasons, and then what are the triggers, and then you can gain back control. You can forgive. To forgive, you can write it down. You can tell the person, you apologize, or not apologize, but like ask for an apology. You can tell them, hey, when this happened, it really upset me. And then that's a way of forgiving them too. Okay, I'm done. It's not going to let it bother me anymore. It upset me. I'm okay now. Release it. If you write it down, you can tear it up. You can cut it up. You can do whatever you want. You can scribble all through it once you write it down. Nobody has to read it. It's for you. Get rid of it. After that, whoop, gone. Okay? So try those things. They seem to be very helpful. That's what helped me. There's a lot more to it. A lot more to it. But basically, that's kind of how I started. Sorry, I'm thirsty. Not making a loud crunchy noise. All right, so that's how I started with the forgiveness. I couldn't heal until I did that. Also, I'll say what was important is, like, what does it make you feel? So, for example, Banana makes me angry. The example I like to use is that they stole your creamer at work. Okay, so Banana stole your creamer, and you know for sure it was Banana. And then every time now Banana talks about having creamer or having coffee, you feel triggered because you're like, oh, how dare you steal my creamer? But you can go up to them and talk to them, or you could just forgive them and say maybe they didn't know that it was yours, and let it go. And now you're not angry. Now it's not affecting your work. It's not affecting the rapport, the all that stuff, because energy is very effective, right? So a smile is contagious. What people say. So a smile is contagious. So is, like, negative energy, probably more contagious. So if you're allowing somebody to change your energy, you've got to nip that in the bud and say, I let that go. Because how can you move forward if you're stuck in that moment, getting angry or whatever every time you see that person, right? You can't move forward. You can't heal. You won't be as successful. That'll be all that negative energy. And the more energy that we put into something, and also my mind body coach talks about this, I'm not making this stuff up or acting like it's just coming from me, but the more energy we put into something, that's what we're going to get more of. Okay. So if we say, I'm guilty of this, by the way, well, I think I got a mind body coach. I'm guilty of this. I was like, oh, I'm so big, I'm so big, I'm so big, I'm so big. Oh my gosh, I would go on stage. I was worried about how everybody would be looking at me and thinking I'm big and all this stuff. Then that's I'm going to be stuck there. I'm not going to be able to lose weight. I'm not going to be able to get healthy because I'm so focused on the negative more than taking action and working on the positive. Okay. So that's the same thing. If you say, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, you're going to attract the thing you don't want. You need to flip it. Flip it and say, thank you for whatever it is. I'm so glad that I have whatever, or I want. So my body coach Monique wants me to say, I want da 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 from da 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 for da 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 da, or so I can da 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 da, right? And so that it works. It works. Try it. Things are beeping all on my computer. Sorry, God. So just try it. I mean, if you really, really, really want a certain outcome, work hard towards that certain outcome. That's how it works. So we can't just expect things to just fall in our lap and just come to us and just go, okay, it's magic. Yes, manifestations work, affirmations work. I do them every single day, but we have to put in the work, right? So I started going to working out at a boot camp, and it's 333. Woohoo! I love angel numbers, by the way. On the clock. So I started working out, right? So I couldn't just say before, make fun of myself for being the size and just eat all the things I want that are bad, don't work out, and just expect to be a different size. Not how it works. It doesn't. So that goes into limiting beliefs. So limiting beliefs, eliminating limiting beliefs is really important because I just said so many of them already, right? That's how I thought. I thought, well, I don't even want to say them because I feel like that's going to attract it, but I'm just saying it for an example. Say, for instance, 22 years ago, true story, I lived in a homeless shelter. I was pregnant with my second son, and my oldest one and I lived there. He was like 1.5 going on 2. And so I thought, is this the best life is going to get? Is this how I'm going to live? Right. Um, in nursing school, when I tried to quit, I would say, maybe I just don't need to be a nurse anyways. Now, mind you, I was healing from my brother. I was grieving because my brother had just passed away a few months before that. Those are limiting beliefs. Fear of so many things are limiting beliefs. For you to be successful, happy, heal, all those things, you have to eliminate them one by one. Okay. You can't just, again, not magic. You can't just go, beep, I'm not going to think like this anymore. And then you just don't think, well, maybe that would be amazing. But most people would be it would be difficult. So lots of words, eliminating, limiting beliefs is there's lots of steps you can do, right? So what I just said that I do, and again, Monique always will shout out my mind body coach. I don't want her to think that I'm coming up with this stuff myself. But I did a 90-day challenge with her. That's how I started with her. And positive affirmations is something that we do. Now I do them every single day. I love them. Okay. That helps me eliminate some of the limiting beliefs because I look at myself and I love myself and I will talk like I will say, I am smart. I am this. I am enough is my favorite one. It's my favorite one. I am enough because I am. I used to think before when I was a people pleaser that I was not enough. Have you ever heard of imposter syndrome? I did not even know what that was until I went to comedy school. True story. And one of the guys was doing jokes about it. And it was really funny, a hilarious joke because it proved that he had imposter syndrome. It was very funny. Anyways, but the point is, like, I thought, oh, I could never do this. Or again, just say the weight thing. Oh, I'm too big to do this. I'm this and that. I don't know. I might be in pain. I might be this. I was scared to start working out again. That was a limiting belief, even though I'm eliminating all this stuff. I still had one with that because just because my body wasn't strong enough to do it a few months ago doesn't mean that I'm not now. Just because I used to get in pain from those things then doesn't mean it's going to now. Those are limiting beliefs, to believe like everything's going to be like this forever. Nothing's going to get better. I'll never be able to do the business. I'll never da da da. Those are all limiting beliefs, right? And a lot of them for me were caused by fear. Fear of failure. Not recently, but maybe like couple years ago. Fear of people not accepting me or not liking me or not whatever. Those things were like, I was allowing, by the way, not anybody's fault but mine. I was allowing those things and people's thoughts, people's feelings, people's actions, people's words to affect how I looked at myself, to affect how or if I believed in myself. No, guess what? You're amazing. And I'm pointing at you. Whoever is watching me right now, and apparently I said there's 23 or something. So whoever's watching me right now, you are amazing. You are capable of like the sky, like reaching the sky. If it's in business, relationships, health, whatever it is, you got this, right? The only way that we can't get to those goals is if we quit. That's the only way. It might take us a year, or 2 years, whatever. It might take some businesses that are so mega successful, it took them 10 years. But guess what? Guess how they reached 10 years, y'all? They didn't give up. They never stopped at the hard points. It never stopped when maybe they were losing money instead of gaining a profit. They never stopped. They kept going. They maybe had to do something different, but they kept going. That's the whole thing. You can do it. I know you can do it. I believe in you. All those videos that I do, these are real. This is just how I feel. I'm not just making it up and trying to like become viral or something. Would be fun if you ever want to make me viral. Just joking. Told you I'm genuine. I'm so authentic. But that's the truth. I mean it. I know that you can do it. Like, I love getting feedback from people. Hey, you motivated me to do this, or you inspired me to do this. I have a friend that, because I'm going and working out at the boot camp, and I signed the 18-month, talk about, I was like, hey, that's a long time. 18-month membership. I signed it, y'all. Signed it. I'm locked in. I'm locked into it. So she said that now she wants to go sign. She already goes to a place. And she was like, now you motivated me to go sign a contract at mine, because she pays like daily, but it's way more expensive that way. And I was like, that's amazing, right? Keep doing you. I'm proud of you. Believe in yourself. I didn't believe in myself for so many years, and it will make me cry. I didn't believe in myself. Like, I was always told, you're weird, you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. And I might be all those things, but guess what? I'm awesome. I would feel weird. I would feel guilty even saying that before. I would feel bad believing in myself. What in the world? Why? Because I was listening to all the outside stuff. I was listening to that. Why was I not successful with things? Because I was listening. I was allowing myself to be affected by energy of people that aren't doing diddly squat, guys. They're not doing diddly squat. Nothing. But why am I listening to that? I'm not saying I'm better than them, not at all. But what I'm saying is I'm putting in the effort. I'm putting in the effort. My friend asked me, hey, why do you stay up late? Because she said, I was watching TV. I was like, yeah, I stay up late. Sometimes I don't even watch TV. I don't even have a TV in my room. I do my work. Like, I will do stuff for my speaking business that I'm working on with Tyran. I'll work on that. I work on my stuff with my mind body coach. I work on the stuff for the podcast. I work on whatever I'm working on. It's like a business thing. My coaching thing. I have another one on Wednesday. I talked about that. I'm working on stuff to be able to generate more freedom, time freedom. Okay. I love being a nurse. Love it. I love being a nurse, but I also love coaching people. I also love speaking to people. I love inspiring people. I love people to feel something from what I'm saying and to like say, you know what, if she could do it, then I can do it. If she can go to nursing school with 3 kids and try to quit 3 times and still pass, if she can go into her nursing finals failing, y'all, I was failing going into the nursing finals. I was by 0.2 or something. But I was failing. I tried to quit that week. My last week of nursing school, after years of going, I tried to quit. I said, I'm done. I'm done. They said, no, you're not. And guess what? Guess what? I'm a nurse. From that time, I didn't go again. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. I'm so blessed. I'm very thankful. I don't say it's all me. No, 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 no. I'm grateful. Even though I wanted to quit, I never did. That's perseverance. When you face obstacles, when you're faced with challenges and you keep going, when you go backwards 20 steps and you keep going, that's perseverance. It's important. It's really important. No, when nobody believes in you but yourself, when everybody's doubting you, when nothing didn't work for 5 years and you get up and you keep going and then you hit that goal and you get that business or you do whatever, or you open up whatever you want to do and you get to do it and you look back and you're proud of yourself, that's what counts. I'm sure lots of people are proud of you, but the fact that you kept going, nobody knows how tough you had it except you. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows all the long days, the work you put into it, the studying, the reading, the paying for programs, the doing whatever you're doing. Nobody knows that stuff but you. So be proud of you. Believe in yourself because you can do it. I know you can do it. I know you can. And I know that I can. And I think it's very silly that I would feel so bad for saying that before. I would feel so guilty for saying, like, for bragging about anything that I do. And I'm not trying to brag about it. It's just that's how I would feel. If I said anything positive, I'd be like, oh no, people are going to think that I'm this and that, and I'm bragging and I'm trying to rub stuff in and da 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 da. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to rub anything in at all. But I'm trying to let you know that if I could go from 22 years ago, living in a homeless shelter, being pregnant, having 2 kids by the age of 20, right? Having 3 boys that I'm raising during nursing school while grieving, while planning a wedding. That was crazy. Not the best time to plan a wedding, just to let you know. But but yeah, if I can do it, you can do it. I know you can do it. So believe in yourself, okay? You got this. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for being here with me. See, also perseverance. I could have said no episode today. The guest isn't here. McKenna is tired. She couldn't do it. And I could just said nope. But hopefully somebody that's listening to this needs to hear this, right? Maybe it will inspire you to keep going. Maybe it will be the little bit of swift kick in the tush that you need. I needed a swift kick in the tush several times. And I'm grateful for the people that gave it to me. I'm grateful for the people that did believe in me. I'm grateful for the people that pushed me, even when I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. I don't want to keep going. I don't want to go to nursing school. I just lost my brother. I don't want to do it. And guess what? I did it. I did it. I wanted to give my boys a better life. I kept going because I wanted to provide something better for them and myself. I didn't want to keep struggling forever. And I wanted to help people. And that's something I've always wanted to do. So you can do it too. Don't ever give up. Now, there's a difference between leaving something that's not good for you and giving up. Okay. I'm divorced, right? That was the best thing for everyone. Unfortunately, the whole kid situation, that's another thing. We'll talk about blended families and stuff, another show. That was rough. It was very hard. Very, very hard on everyone, but it was also the best for everyone. And so, that I didn't give up. I tried for 2 years. I didn't want the family to split up. But I never, ever, ever would have gotten to this point of where I am today if I would have stayed in that marriage. Never would I. I was stuck. I was stuck. I was broken, stuck, just like robot zombie, like I said, going by every day the same. Don't even know how I got by. I would have never realized my true potential of what I wanted to be or the things that I wanted to do if I would have been stuck in that situation. Okay? So that's not giving up. That was changing, right? When something's not working and you're doing the same things over and over and over again and you're getting the same results, you've got to make a change. That's still perseverance. That's saying, you know what? This is not the best thing. Could be a job, right? You could be in a job, like feel stuck in a job where it's just it's not the best for you until you figure out what you want, who you are, what you need for your life, or what you want to do, or who you want to help, or whatever you want to do. Then how would you know that's not the right thing for you? You just know you get a feeling when you go there. What physical feeling do you feel? I feel sick to my stomach. I start getting flushed. My heart starts to race. I clench my fist. Well, that's probably not the place for you to go then. Right? If you're feeling like that, I've been there, done that. I was a restaurant manager for years too. I've been in a lot of situations where I'm like, oh, I don't want to go home because of such. Well, guess what? That's not for me. We got to realize those things. It's okay to leave toxic situations and people behind. Always be kind, right? Be kind, but set those boundaries, do what's best for you. And if you're the toxic person, then you got to get it together. Forgive yourself and change. Change that, leave those ways, things, thoughts, negative energy, whatever in the past and change. Work on yourself, work from within. You can do it. Start with those positive affirmations. I'm telling you, changed my life. McKenna doesn't really want to do them with me, but one day she'll love them. It's hard being a 11-year-old. She's almost 12. It's hard. But I can look at myself now and I can say, I am pretty. I am smart. I am enough. I am this. I am that. I can say those things and I mean them. I never would have meant them before. I never would have said it before. I'm telling you, start with that. Start with meditation if you want to, deep breathing, counting. Just take some nice deep breaths while you're counting. Do whatever you got to do. Start with those things. Start appreciating things. Start gratitude, like being happy and grateful for small things. I'm so grateful. If you believe in God or energy source, Allah, whatever, whoever you believe in, I'm so grateful that I made it to work today on time. I'm so grateful that I am alive another day. I'm so grateful that I woke up today. I'm so grateful that I don't have a migraine today. So whatever it is, you'll change. I'm telling you, you'll change. When you start looking at stuff for the positive instead of the negative, if 20 things went wrong that day and 5 things went right, be grateful for the 5 things that went right. I'm telling you, things will change for you. I promise you. I promise you. I know it did for me. When you eliminate those limiting beliefs, I'm telling you, you will be more able and willing to be perseverant because you're looking at stuff as the glass is half full instead of half empty. It's really easy for me to say, oh, this went wrong, that went wrong. No, why? Do I want those things? Again, what we say, the stuff we put our energy into, that's what we're going to attract more of. I don't want it. Nope, let it go. Don't want it. Don't want it. When things don't happen right, like if I forget to take the trash out that day, well, I got to do it next time. I can't dwell on it the whole day. I used to. Sometimes I still might, but I try not to. I'm going to make a mistake. It's okay. You can do it. You just gotta Think differently, write it all down, write whatever you're feeling, and then shift your mindset and try your best. You can do it. It's a journey. You're going to keep taking steps towards it. Write down those things that you might not like, that trigger you, that make you feel a certain way. Like, okay, liars. I don't love when people lie. So write that down. Write down whatever. Somebody stole my creamer. That triggered me. I don't like when people steal. I don't like this. I don't like, write it down and then try to figure out why. And then you can change your mindset. Try to focus on things that you can control. You cannot control all the things around you, right? And I used to try to do that, not because I was controlling, because I was trying to like fix everyone. Focus on the things that you can control. And I promise you, work on yourself and things around you will get so much better. Surround yourself with people that where you want to be. They are where you want to be. Surround yourself with those people. Don't surround yourself with people where you're trying to leave, the situation you're trying to get out of, the things you're trying to like change. Don't surround yourself with that, right? That's where you're going to stay. Surround yourself with, if you want to be an author, get in some authors groups. Start talking to people that are authors. I'm an author. Ask questions about, hey, how do I do this? Do I want to self-publish? Do I want to do this? Start taking some free classes. There's like a million. Look up stuff on YouTube. Start surrounding yourself in your mind, imagining yourself being an author, imagining yourself holding your book for the first time. And here's the example, and this is not what I was going to do. I'm just winging it. But this is the one resale. This is the very first one. This is my book that I wrote in honor of my brother, okay? And this is a moment where I had to persevere because the book is supposed to be in color. There's my brother. And Jayla. Oops, that's not Jayla. Jayla. And Jayla again. I don't know. It's hard. It's backwards. And me in the corner somewhere. There I am. So I went to submit the book. Didn't realize, because it was supposed to launch on a certain day, didn't realize I was supposed to submit it days before, didn't understand, never did it before, was self-publishing. And it wouldn't let me submit it because they don't have standard color in Amazon.com, blah, 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 blah. I had to either do premium, that was going to be way too expensive, or I had to do black and white. So that night, I had to submit it. I had no choice, or I was going to be late. So I had to decide, you want to have a pity party? Or do you want to take some action, and do you want to make a decision? And guess what? I had to make a decision. And so the real book is in black and white. And there's only a few pictures in here. And so even though it's way better looking in color, I could see my brother's features way better in color. There's his handwriting because I put a letter from Megan. Thank you, Megan, for letting me do that. It looks way better in color, but there's only 3 pictures, or plus the pictures in the back. So I had to decide, what do you want to do? Make it a choice. Either it's going to be late. There's one of them. Either it's going to be late, or you're going to do it in black and white. Guess what? It's okay. It's okay to do it in black and white because the words are the same, right? You're going to get the same message from it. So I had to decide which one's more important. Be late on the launch, cry about it, or get it out there and let people read it and feel something from it, and hopefully get a good message from the story. And that's what I chose. So now it's in black and white, and I'm not stressing about it. The book's been out for a year now, and not stressing about it. So maybe you want to start a business. Guess what? Join groups for entrepreneurs. Maybe if you're a female, there's so many female entrepreneurs. There's minority groups. There's Black female entrepreneur groups. There's all kinds of different groups. There might be Hispanic groups. There might be whatever. If you're a male, my friend runs a male ADHD group. Okay. There's groups for anything. Surround yourself with people that are doing like-minded things. I'm not the one. Again, not making this stuff up. I've heard it several times, and it's 100% true. So surround yourself with where the people that are where you want to be, and you will be closer to where you want to be. You can do it. Don't give up. Just keep on going. You might have to flip it, reverse it, do all. I love Missy Elliott. Sorry, flip it and reverse it. Okay. You might have to do things different, y'all. You might have to reinvent the wheel. Think of things. Okay, this is not the way I planned it, but guess what? Sometimes it doesn't go the way you planned it on for a reason. So you can do it. Keep going. Don't ever give up. Try to forgive. Try to eliminate those limiting beliefs. Message me if you want to join my 3 steps towards forgiveness, March 26th, 7 p.m. Eastern. Please message me. And I will go more into details of stuff. If you have a place, if you're looking for speakers, I would love to come to speak to your audience or your employees or whatever. I would love to. I help women that who are stuck while they're trying to heal. I help them get unstuck by some of the steps that I just told you. So by the power of forgiveness, perseverance, and eliminating limiting beliefs. So if you would like me to speak to your audience, please message me. Authenticpointsofview@gmail.com is my email. You can message me on Facebook. I am pretty much, again, an open book. You can reach me in many ways. Go on my Facebook. There's the link to the book. There's the link to my website. There's a link to my Instagram. There's a link to a million things that I'm doing. And the pollen count is high in Georgia, y'all. So I feel like I'm about to sneeze. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for staying here with me, for listening to me when things didn't go the right way. We just go with the flow. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for just being here with just you and I and listening to what I have to say. If you ever have questions, please, please, please ask them. I honestly, somebody suggested me doing a certain episode and I did it. Please let me know what you want to hear. What do you want to know? What kind of guests do you want me to have on? I'm booked all the way to August, but I would love to incorporate that. If you need coaching, I do a free 30-minute discovery call. I help, like I said, with grieving and trauma. So please reach out to me on that. If you want to join the class, reach out to me again Wednesday, 7 p.m. If you would like to hire me, reach out to me as well. A lot of awesome things are happening, guys. Thanks for coming along with me along the ride. If you want to subscribe to me, it's 99 cents per month and you can see everything that I do. I think every time I post a reel or a post or whatever, you would be able to see it. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube right now, hopefully you did subscribe. But if not, please subscribe to Authentic Points of View podcast on YouTube. And McKenna hopefully will be with us next week. We'll see. 3 p.m. on Sundays, almost always. In May, we will be, I think maybe May the 3rd or 4th. I'm not sure what day it is. It will be at 7 p.m. I will let you know ahead of time. Thank you so much. Again, I really appreciate you. You guys mean so much to me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting McKenna and I. Thank you for supporting this show. Please be kind. It is really important. Just remember, guys, that to never give up. So don't ever give up because you got this. If you quit, think of all the opportunities that you could miss. Have a blessed day. Thanks again. Love you guys. Bye.